Mercury and detriment. The reliance on intellect at the expense of intuition can lead to unnecessary frustration, the inability to know that order will emerge, and the drive to find this knowing elsewhere. This is about accepting the inherent wisdom of the forces. It's about surrender in the end. It's about letting go. It's about not getting in the way of the river. It's about letting it happen. It's about not judging it until one can grasp it. And most mutations take place in a time span beyond our lifetimes. And we are not equipped in any way to grasp what they truly mean. How do you know that it is incorrect for us to take oil out of the earth? How do you know that? How does anybody know that? We don't know that. How do you know that it's bad for us that we put all these chemicals into the environment? How do you know that? We're not in charge. There is no choice. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. Who says that it's wrong? Who says it's bad? Who says we should stop it? Why? What do we know? This is the basis of mutation. The basis of mutation is to let go. Let the mutation happen. First lines, they tell you so much about the nature of a hexagram. But at the same time, when you see them in life, when you see the living 3-1, it's a very different story. The fact is that they are trying to figure out what is truly mutative. They're trying to figure out if a real mutation is taking place somewhere, somehow. They're caught up in trying to understand what mutation really is. What is it? Much more than living it out as a mutative force themselves. When I do mystical profiles, it's one of the kinds of advanced readings that I give. When I do mystical profiles, one of the basis of a mystical profile is if there's individual definition in the chart. It doesn't matter how much. It's just if there's no individual definition, there's no mutation. And so whatever the mystical quality is of that being in their life, it's still not a mutative force. And if you look at all the charts of teachers over the last hundreds of years, I have a collection of them, it's delightful, you'll see that they all have individual definition somewhere in their design. So this mutation is very important, but it doesn't mean that that mutation is automatically operating as a force in terms of its relationship to others. Remember, lower trigram is not, by its very nature, capable of dealing with the other side.